Ladies and gentlemen, and especially to the Trump supporters, those of you who validate Donald Trump, his presidency, and all that he represents. My name is Eddie Marcus. You don't know of me. I'm a write-in candidate for President of the United States. And I want to bring heaven to these United States of America. I want everyone in this nation to have their needs, their wants, and their desires met. I want us all as a people to live in peace, be prosperous, free, have joy of our lives, and the fulfillment of our dreams. I want this to happen, ladies and gentlemen, and so there are certain things that are common amongst us that must be met, because if they aren't, it's going to cause some confusion. But because they're common, then they must all be met, and they include, but not limited to, food and clothing and shelter, education and health care. Well, naturally, the infrastructure and other things that our imagination will guide us, take us to. All of this, ladies and gentlemen, made possible because each of us will play a part in the creative process. That means every person that doesn't have a legitimate reason for being out, like too young, they're still in training, in school, stuff like that. But other than that, how can we make a person, an individual who came on this earth to contribute in some form or another, tie them where they can't do it? The world and the nation suffers. So we won't have any of that. And by doing that, we'll have enough of all those things we just mentioned. White people, black people, all the people in between, straight and gay, all of that will be made available to all people. And when it comes down to judgment and who trying to call somebody to sin, we're going to leave that up to the power that we can't see. We're going to leave that up to God. Now, if there's somebody's out murdering somebody now, I cannot imagine that. They would have to be separated until we find out what causes it and making sure that those combinations do not exist again. That's for all of us. So, to the Trump people, I can't see how you have been left out of that. And not being left out of that, I don't see where you would have a complaint. Nevertheless, that's what I see. And I can't speak for you. So I'm giving you the opportunity to speak for yourselves. You see, the things that I mentioned is to bring harmony on this nation so that we can be representative of love, so that we can be representative of something outstanding other than what these other nations represent, so that they might have an idea of what sweetness and love could actually be. But I would like for you to tell me, make a comment, send me a video, whatever. Tell me if anything that I just said interrupts with your plan. And if it does, tell me exactly what your plan is. Tell me how you see it happening. And if it's bring peace and prosperity and love and joy to every citizen of this nation, I'm sure the people of this nation would like to know what it is. We're not trying to be divisive. We just trying to figure out, I'm sure we both want the same things, but we're just trying to figure out how to get it. So I've just presented to you one way, and you can present to me another. Now, I'll tell you one thing I didn't say. The system has to be changed. When I say the system, I don't mean every part of the system. I'm talking about those parts of the system that denies those elements that I just mentioned. So understanding that, I'd like to leave it with you, and I am waiting for your response. Thank you again for participating.